Hello friends, I'm at a windy Tokyo Disneyland tonight. It's a weekday, so I've got the weeknight passport, which gets you in from 5 p.m. The park closes at 9, so that gives us 4 hours of park time. I've always thought the pass wasn't really worth it, but I've never actually tried it out. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna see how many rides can you get done, can you get any DPA or priority pass, those are the free and paid queue skipping passes at the park, and is the pass worth using? So let's go and find out. And before I'm even through the gates of the park, one big benefit already is that I'm not waiting in lines and lines of temporary fencing over here. I can just walk straight in, so that's really nice. Of course, it's not really worth it if you can't get anything done, but we'll see. My biggest worry, or the biggest reason I'm suspecting that it's not the best idea to get the weeknight passport, is that all of the priority passes are already gone. Those are basically like old-fashioned fast pass, so they don't have them on the most popular rides, but they have them on a lot of the kind of mid-tier rides. Those have all already gone, so there's no chance of getting any of those. Today is pretty busy. Space Mountain and Beauty and the Beast are both around 3 hours. Splash Mountain's around 2 hours, so if they have DPA for Beauty and the Beast, I'm gonna pick one of those up. But if they don't, I really don't know how many rides we're gonna get done today, so I'm very curious to find out. As you can see, there are a few people who are already waiting. These are people who have the same pass as me, the weeknight passport. So they're waiting to get in, gosh, what time is it? Oh, in 22 minutes. So if you were thinking that there wouldn't be any waiting around involved, then you may be mistaken because people will get here early even for the late pass. So yeah, I'm just gonna hang around here for a little bit, and then when we get inside, hopefully we can get a DPA for Beauty and the Beast, if they still have them, but today's pretty busy. Let's see. Well, the gates have just opened and it's 4:55. They don't tend to do things like a little bit early or a little bit late here. It'll be right on the dot, 5 p.m. they'll let you in. So as you can see, there's a few people behind me. So if you arrive here at 5, expected to get straight in, you'll probably have to wait, I don't know, like 10 minutes probably. Nothing crazy, but just don't expect to walk straight in. Yeah, so 5 o'clock on the dot, the queue suddenly jolts forward. So it's very simple, just like a normal day ticket. I've got my QR code. Mine's in the app, but any QR code will do. Scan it on the machine, and you get straight in. So let's quickly see if we can get a DPA for Beauty and the Beast. Okay, so the Beauty and the Beast DPAs were all gone, but I did manage to get a Splash Mountain one. There were tons of Splash Mountain DPAs available, and if you've seen my Every Ride in Tokyo Disneyland ranked video, you will know I prefer that anyway, so I'm very happy with that. It's also a little bit cheaper, but that's beside the point. So I've got Splash Mountain. You get a 1 hour window for DPA. Oh, by the way, DPA is the paid queue skipping pass, so I can ride that from 5:25 to 6:25. So what I'm gonna do, Pirates of the Caribbean is right near the entrance, 20-minute wait for that, get on Pirates of the Caribbean, then do Splash Mountain. Hey, that's a pretty good start to my evening, I think. So yeah, obviously getting the DPA makes it a bit more expensive, but I imagine if you're watching this, the money's probably not what it's about. It's probably about the time for you, right? And you're thinking, we've only got half a day, we want to go into Tokyo or something. Is it worth coming in just for the evening? Or what can you do if you just come in for the evening? So that's what I want to show you. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. It's a very busy day, so I knew Beauty and the Beast would be a stretch, but Splash Mountain, awesome. Yeah, let's hit Pirates of the Caribbean first. So I'm gonna try and get on as many rides as I can in just the 4 hours that I have here. Pooh's Honey Hunt is closed. Big Thunder Mountain is closed. If you've watched any of my videos before, you will know my biggest tip is to check the ride schedule calendar. You can see when the rides are on maintenance. They normally put it on the website 6 months beforehand, so do not come and be disappointed because your favorite ride's closed. I knew well before I came here that Pooh's Honey Hunt and Big Thunder Mountain would be closed, but it's a pretty busy day, and those are two very popular rides, so that's definitely making the other queues longer. So even it's really tricky because you recommend to people, oh, you should come in like the winter or come around April, it's not so busy, but then they close rides and it makes the other ride queues longer, so it kind of just all ends up being a little bit the same. But yeah, definitely check the ride maintenance calendar. It's on the attractions page of the website. You scroll all the way to the bottom and then you can see which rides are going to be closed when you visit. So like I said, I'm going to try and get on as many rides as I possibly can. If your question is the weeknight pass worth it? You're probably asking the wrong person, because I just love being here. I just walk in and see the castle and just hear the music, and I'm just happy. I've been here hundreds of times and it doesn't even matter. It makes me feel like a little kid again. It just puts a big smile on my face. So, you know, I'm gonna see how many rides we can do, so you can set your expectations as to how many rides can you get done in the last 4 hours of your park day. But if you have an evening free and you love Disney parks, or you love Disney, or I don't know, maybe it's your first time and you want to come check it out, I'm always going to recommend it. I'm going to recommend spending an hour here. I'm going to recommend spending a week here, you know, so because I'm just crazy about the place. So right next to the entrance, one of the shortest waits in the park, Pirates of the Caribbean, 20-minute wait for this classic ride. Come on, what a better way to start the evening, so let's go.
Feel free to join in any time. But we're loved by our mummies and dads. Drink up me hearty yo-ho.
Okay, great start to the evening. That's ride number 1, Pirates of the Caribbean, a classic. How can you not love Pirates of the Caribbean? So yeah, definitely easy to get on that one, just right next to the entrance. I'm gonna walk over to Splash Mountain now, because I got a pretty early DPA for that, so that is available now. Last I checked, Jungle Cruise was 15 minutes, and that's along the way, so I might get a cheeky little hit on Jungle Cruise first. It's just starting to get dark as well, and that ride is the best in the dark, so I think I'll hop on that, and then head to Splash Mountain. 10 minutes for Jungle Cruise, let's go, perfect.
降りの方の線を下り、皆さん冒険に出発するのでしょう。この真珠、ジャングルの守り神を祀るゲームの
Okay, so we just got off Jungle Cruise. That's ride number 2 of the evening. A classic. It's always the best at nighttime as well. So I got a little bit excited when I first came in that there was still DPAs for Splash Mountain. So I bought the first one because I was like, yeah, I want to ride it as soon as possible, of course. And then I did Pirates and I've done Jungle Cruise, and now I have 8. I have 8 minutes to get to right at the back of the park. Like, Splash Mountain couldn't be further back. So I'm hoping I can make it in time. I got here with 4 minutes to spare. So yeah, let's go ride Splash Mountain, come on. So just in case some of you want to see this part, I'm here at the entrance of the ride. I get the app up. Oh, I love a night ride on Splash Mountain. Come on, how can you beat that? Yeah, just like I said at the start of the video, if you're someone who wants to get like a ton of rides done or do the whole park on an evening pass, it's not gonna happen. But if the question is it worth it? I'm always gonna say yes, look at me. I'm just so happy to be anywhere near this place. But yeah, there were plenty of DPAs left for Splash Mountain. It wasn't close, there was tons left, and today is pretty busy, so I think Beauty and the Beast is probably not gonna happen, but if you wanna get in and do Splash Mountain on an evening pass, most days, I guess it would be okay. One thing to mention is in the summer, they do the Get Wet version, where the ride's a bit wetter. This doesn't really change, it's just a slightly bigger splash. But it does make the ride a bit more popular, and because it's summer, it gets more popular again. And also it is just one of the most popular rides in the park. That's why this, Beauty and the Beast and Baymax are the rides with DPA, with the paid queue skipping pass. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. Maybe in the summer you wouldn't be so lucky, but I love this view down at the station. You see the vehicles down there. You sort of spiral your way down into the station with this queue. Oh, I love it. Another thing people who've watched my videos before will already know, but I just have to say it every time, is if you're visiting, ask for the front row. Ask for the front row. It'll be like basically no extra wait, like 1 minute extra wait, and you get to have the best view. I always do it on this. There are some rides where it doesn't really matter, right? But Splash Mountain is one I always ask for the front row on, and that's what I'm gonna do today. Splash Mountain. What a ride! Okay, that's ride number 3. So we've done Pirates of the Caribbean, Jungle Cruise, and Splash Mountain, and right now it is 6:49. So we're basically halfway through our 4 hours, and you have to think Splash Mountain was a DPA. We skipped the queue on that. So if you're coming here to get rides done, I don't think the weeknight pass is really going to do it for you. If you just want to come and soak up some vibes and, you know, see a parade or something, it's wicked. Yeah, we're not going to get a ton of rides done, I think. Anyway, I'm going to keep on with the challenge. Let's see how many rides we can get done. I'm going to go through Fantasyland. Maybe we can get on Peter Pan's clothes, which is a shame. Maybe we can whip round on Snow White and Pinocchio, and then maybe head over to Toontown to do Roger Rabbit. I really wanted to do Haunted Mansion today because last time I was here it was closed. The time before, the 2 times before, or the several times before that, it was Holiday Nightmare, the Nightmare Before Christmas version. They changed it to Halloween and Christmas. And I love that version, but it's not Haunted Mansion, you know? You can't beat the original. So I really wanted to get that done today, but it's like an hour and a half. This is the thing, you know, like some of these queues, like Space Mountain, Beauty and the Beast, they're 3 hours long. You come in with a 4-hour pass, wait 3 hours for a ride. You're basically coming in to do one ride and then going home, right? So yeah, it's a little tricky when it's busy, but I'm having a great time. I hope you're having a great time too. And yeah, let's head over and do some Fantasyland rides. Okay friends, it's a small world, a 15-minute wait. Let's go, ride number 4. That was ride number 4 of the evening. It's so great. Every time I do that, I'm like, am I really gonna do It's a Small World? And then I do it and I just love it. A lot of people say about Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean that you always see something different every time you go on. And there is a lot to see in those rides, but no ride is that more true than It's a Small World, because Pirates and Haunted Mansion, especially Pirates, are designed so well that they focus your attention exactly where they want you to look. You're looking exactly where they want you to look, whereas It's a Small World is just stuff everywhere, and you don't know where to look, and I'm always discovering new things when I go on there. I was thinking of hopping on like Pinocchio's Daring Journey or something, which had a 5-minute wait. But because the parade just started, a lot of the queues have gone way down, and Monsters Inc. is a 30-minute wait. And I love that ride, so I'm gonna head over there. 30 minutes for Monsters Inc. is excellent, and that would be a great ride to get on. Haunted Mansion's still up on 50, still around 50 minutes. I'm hoping it comes down a little bit later. Beauty and the Beast, over here, which we're about to walk right past. Oh, I still love this area. Beauty and the Beast is only an hour and a half. And you have to remember, like, right after the parade, a bunch of people will go over to it, and then they'll probably close the queue. For those of you who don't know, because the cast members, well, it used to be because it's difficult for the cast members to get home late because most of them rely on trains and public transport. They can't keep the cast members here super late. So if the ride queue is like 3 hours long, they close it 3 hours before the park closes. However, having said that, the park used to close at 10 o'clock. Just fine. So they could definitely keep the rides open a bit later if they wanted to, but they don't want to. But the ride that's been the most busy lately is Space Mountain. The app says it has a 2-hour-long queue, but I just walked past and the queue's closed. Yeah, I knew Space Mountain would get really busy before it closed down forever at the end of July. I didn't expect it to start this early. Around mid-January, people just started going crazy for it. I guess everyone wants to get their last ride, or last 10 or 100 rides, knowing what the fans are like here. Some people think that Space will go on to DPA, the paid queue skipping, because right now it's part of the free Fast Pass thing. And that would make a lot of sense, because it's the longest queue in the park right now, and quite often recently. So I think we can expect that to happen within probably the next month or so. They must already be thinking about it. I know I said the purpose for this video was to get on as many rides as possible, but I didn't just mean like any rides, you know, like because that would be useless. If it was just a 4-hour video of me going round and round on the carousel, that's not very useful to anyone. So they should be good rides, right? So I'm very excited to see if I can get on Monsters Inc. with a pretty short wait. I did not expect that to happen. 35 minutes, so that's not bad. I thought it would be like over an hour all day.
Boo, かくれんぼはこうやるんだよ。明かりが消えたら始めるよ。ちびちゃんを捕まえてやる。楽しいゲームはおしまいだ。
やあみんなヘルメットを照らしてみて。オッケー、かくれんぼ。始め。いやー、ヘルメットだよ。
今おちびちゃんのバレー。
これでかくれんぼおしまい。みんなよくやったね。
ブー、新しいヘルメットだよ。
可愛いだろ。
Okay, so Monsters Inc. Ride and Go Seek was ride number 5. I did end up waiting 45 minutes for that, which was more than I would have liked. I got in the queue, and then a bunch of Priority Pass people, after the parade had finished, they all flooded in, and the queue basically came to a dead stop. But hey, 45 minutes for one of the best rides in the world isn't bad, is it? One of the most fun rides in the world. It's just so fun. You're constantly looking everywhere, there's gags everywhere, and the interactivity doesn't like get in the way of the ride. It doesn't make you miss things, it makes you appreciate them even more. Whereas I think something like Buzz, a lot of people come off it and they're like, oh, you know, they're not talking about what they saw, they're just talking about the score, right? Whereas on that, you're like, oh, did you see this one? Did you see this one? So many incredible gags in there, and it's just so stacked. Oh, love that ride, so much fun. I think I'm gonna head over to Haunted Mansion. It's 35 minutes now. We've got 30 minutes until the park closes, so that would mean it's my last ride, but I really wanna do it. I could, the alternative would be to do Star Tours and Roger Rabbit, which is pretty cool, but I'm just dying to get on Haunted Mansion, so we could get up to 7, but I think we're gonna max at 6. Hopefully I can squeeze onto another ride after that, but we'll see. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind if you're thinking you'll do the parades. other way. If you're thinking you'll do the rides instead of watching the parade, it can work out really, really great. But if the queue is longer than the parade length, or even if the queue is anything over like 30 minutes, and it's a ride that has priority pass, those people are gonna flood in afterwards, and you're basically gonna stop dead. Oh, I love the park at night time. You notice right now for the mini event, everything's still pink. I'm really looking forward to the Donald one. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see that. The next Palpalooza event is going to be Donald's Quacky City. And speaking of how zany and fun Monsters Inc. Ride and Go Seek is, that event looks like it's going to be really fun. The description is, it's Donald living out his wildest dreams. It's like Donald's imagination where he's the king of the world. So that's going to be super fun. Yeah, me and Alex, who many of you will know from the Land of the Rising Fun podcast, and also the Happy Zan, he has some wonderful photos of the parks on Instagram. We're planning to come for Donald's Quacky City and they're selling these quack sticks, which is basically one of those silly little toys where you shake it and it goes wah, 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 wah. You know what the fans here are like with merch, right? Everyone's gonna buy like hundreds of them and they're all gonna be shaking these sticks going wah, 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 wah. So I can't wait to see that. It's gonna be so much fun. Many of you will know I have a lot of complaints about how the 40th anniversary went down. The castle is not one of them. It's gorgeous, it's very, very pretty. I think they did a really nice job with it, especially at nighttime. It's very, very nice. So that's the one thing I'm gonna miss, but everything else, I'm ready for it all to go on April 15th. Oh, this worked out great, because the queue for Haunted Mansion is just 15 minutes now. The park closes in 20 minutes, so maybe we can rush on to Snow White, but you know, Haunted Mansion's a pretty long ride. And normally it says 13 minutes, that means you're like walking straight through. So if they say 15, there probably is gonna be a little bit of a wait. Maybe we can rush on something afterwards. But anyway, I'm getting on Haunted Mansion, I'm very, very happy. This has been a great evening. I hope you've had as much fun as I have. Oh, actually it does say 13. Let's go. Oh, I was hoping to go round on it again, but I got off the ride at exactly 9 o'clock. Like when I stepped out of the gate, the announcement was playing that all the rides were closed. You know, other places do the kind of 5 minute, 10 minutes over, not here, so bang on the dot, it's closed. But anyway, I'm really glad I got to go on it. Look at her, she's pretty. And of course, that was ride number 6. So we did Pirates of the Caribbean, Jungle Cruise, Splash Mountain with the DPA, It's a Small World, went over to Monsters Inc. Ride and Go Seek, and then came over here for Haunted Mansion. So I definitely could have squeezed 7, but honestly, if you're coming with a weeknight pass for whatever reason, like, watch a parade, have something to eat, you know, just soak up the vibes of being here and just enjoy being here. I think that's the best way to experience it. But if you want to know exactly how many rides you can get on, the answer is 6 very, very good ones, 7 or 8 the smaller ones, right? But thanks so much for joining me. Please hit subscribe if you enjoyed this. Thank you, a huge thank you to my Patreons who make trips like this possible. We don't have annual passes here, so every time I come, I have to pay, which is why I have to talk to you about how much things cost. So a huge thank you to them. They seriously, I know everyone says this and it's a cliche, but they really make this possible. Woo-hoo-hoo, it's windy. I hope the sound comes out on this all right. It's been crazy windy today. Another huge thank you to the person who bought me this vlogging camera. You know who you are, just incredibly generous. Thank you so much. And I hope you had a great time with me today. If you want to see more videos just like this one, they will be on the screen right now. And have a wonderful day. And thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.